coming in. Are you now ready to make a deal?
Only if it's a fair deal and a good deal for the United States. Otherwise, I will not make a deal. We have billions and billions coming in, and I think we're going to get there. I do. I believe it more strongly now than I would have believed it a while ago. We're going to get there, and we're going to have a really, we're going to have a fair deal. But remember this, when you say fair, China's been taking out of this country $500+ billion a year for many, many years. Many, many years. It was time to stop. As a private person, I used to talk about it. It's one of the reasons I'm president. And we're in a great position. Our country's doing well. Our unemployment numbers are the lowest they've been in over 50 years. A very strong position. Our consumers are strong. Walmart just announced numbers that were, mind-boggling numbers. It's a great poll right there. That's the ultimate poll. How are the retailers doing and how are certain companies doing? So we're doing very well, and I think that we're going to make a deal with China, and I think eventually we're going to make a deal with Iran too.
But why are you optimistic they'll change their behavior?
It's not a question of behavior. I think they want to make a deal, and I think they should make a deal, and I think if they don't make a deal, it's going to be very bad for China. And I very much appreciate the fact that they came out last night, very late last night, and they said, they want to make a deal. They want it to be under calm circumstances. It was a little different kind of a statement. I thought it was a beautiful statement. I thought it indicated a lot.
The timeline on the China calls, were you referring to the statement by the Vice President?
Well, we've had many calls, and these are high-level calls. They want to make a deal. And by the way, I think a deal's going to be made. They want to make a deal.
So the Chinese are saying that there weren't any particular...
The Chinese are not saying that. The vice chairman of China made the statement that he wants to make a deal. Just so you understand, China wants to make a deal. Now, whether or not we make a deal, it's got to be a great deal for us. And I told this to President Xi, who I really respect. I really do. I have great respect, and I like him too. He's a tough guy. But I have a lot of feeling for President Xi. He's very outstanding in so many ways. But I told him very strongly, I said, look, you're starting up here, and you're making $500 billion a year and stealing our intellectual property. We're down on the floor, lower than the floor. You can't make a 50-50 deal. This has to be a deal that's better for us. And if it's not better, let's not do business together. I don't want to do business. Forget about tariffs for a second. We're taking in tremendous amounts of money. Forget that. I don't want to do business. Now, when I raise and he raises, I raise and he raises, we can never catch up. We have to balance our trading relationship at least to an extent. And they were unwilling to do that. And we'll never have a deal if that happens, but it's going to happen because they have to have a deal. And as far as phone calls are concerned, Secretary of the Treasury and other people have been receiving many calls, not receiving, back and forth, many calls. China wants to make a deal, and if we can, we will make a deal. We'll see. Go ahead.
Mr. President, if I could ask you a little bit about your China strategy.
Yeah.
President Macron talked a little bit about instability and the worry in the markets and around the globe about instability. One of the things that comes from, as you talked about...
You're talking about global economic instability?
Right.
I don't consider
it instability,
but
that comes from is the back and forth and the changing statements from yourself, so that...
Sorry, it's the way I negotiate.
So my question is that a strategy? Is it a strategy to call President Xi an enemy one day and then say that relations are very good the next day, and then, it's gone back...
It's the way I negotiate. It's done very well for me over the years, and it's doing even better for the country.
Could you talk a little bit about
and I do think that, look, here's the story. I have people say, oh, just make a deal, make a deal. They don't have the guts and they don't have the wisdom to know that you can't continue to go on where a country is taking 500 billion, not million, 500 billion with a B, out every single year. $500 billion. You just can't do that. Somebody had to do this. This should have been done by President Obama. It should have been done, and Biden, Sleepy Joe. It should have been done by other people. It should have been done by Bush. It should have been done by Clinton. Double Bush. It should have been done. I'm doing it. Let me tell you something else. North Korea should have been done a long time ago. I'm doing it. I'm doing a lot of things that I shouldn't have to be doing.